You guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. 2-0 against Lecce. I predicted a 1-0 narrow victory in the pre-match, and it was a little bit more convincing than that. 2-0. And who stepped up today? The big man from Germany via Denmark, where we signed him from, Yann Bisseck, or as he's known now for Interisti, BISSECKENBAUER, of course, coming off the Beckenbauer. And I'm not taking claim for that nickname. The boys over at Interviews Pod, Gianni and Alex, shouts out to them. I'm pretty sure, I think them two, they're the ones I've seen first anyway using it. So maybe someone else did it, but I'm giving credit to them. But that is who we're bigging up today, because he's been really, really impressive, Bisseck, and today he got his first goal for Inter. Really, really happy for him. And you can see all the players were really, really happy for him. And we're finally seeing a young player coming through at Inter, which is something a little bit rare for us. We don't really see, 20, well, actually, he's not even that young. He's 22 years old, but still, by our standards, and under Inzaghi as well, it's really nice to see a young player blossoming. And I'm a very objective guy. I don't care if it's a 39-year-old guy who scores or 22-year-old guy that scores, but there's something about a young player coming through. There's something extra special about it, isn't it? And obviously, if he was from the Primavera, came up through our youth system, then it would be even extra special. But anyway, it was important that Inter win today. Lecce were tough, as we predicted, but they weren't too tough. We probably were a bit wasteful in the first half. Arnautovic probably should have had 2 goals today, and Barella would have had a couple of more assists to his name. But his performance I was happy with, and the most important thing, as we say all the time, is about the 3 points. Inter still with just the 1 loss this season, just the 2 draws, 41 goals for, only 7 against. Another clean sheet. And again, most importantly, keeping that distance from Juve, who won today away at Frosinone. Frosinone were basically like Juve B, so I wasn't expecting anything from Frosinone anyway. So it was really, really important that we got this win. And it's becoming, you can see, it's become a 2-horse race pretty much. I mean, we're not even halfway, we're 2 games away from the halfway point. But you can see it's going to be a 2-horse race for this Scudetto, because Milan, once again, drew yesterday. Bologna, they're doing a nice little run. They won against Atalanta today, but look at that. the current champions are nowhere near to be seen. And anyone else is way out of sight. So it's going to be between Inter and Juventus by the looks of it. And yeah, Inter maintaining that 4-point gap is really, really important, because we're gonna drop points at some point. We're gonna have one game where we shit the bed, but having that gap means that even if we do that, there is that gap between us and Juventus. So that's really, really nice to have. I'm not going to be on for long today, guys. I have to really go straight after this stream, so I'm not going to be able to go through all the comments or most of the comments as tried to. I'm going to be very, very selective today with the comments, and priority as always to the channel members. We do have a good history of German players. We have a heritage of great German players, as Juha has pointed out. Maybe not so much with Gosens. I don't know if I would call him a flop, but yeah, Bisseck is nice to see German coming through and repping for Inter. Yeah. Hey man, the way Bisseck is playing right now, Pavard is looking on the bench like, yo, chill out, bro. Chill out. I'm supposed to be the star signing, the right centre back for the future, for the long term of Inter. But the way Bisseck is playing at the moment, he's got Pavard, fearing for his position, and quite rightly. That's how it should be at big clubs. It's not about the name or how much you signed a player for. It's about the performance level, and this boy's performance level at the moment is really, really high, and not just going forward. I mean, this is the thing today. It wasn't just about him going forward. We know now that this guy going forward is really, really good, but this guy defensively was also very solid, and now also contributing to goals. I think he had the most shots in the game. I need to actually double check. I think he might have had the most shots in the game, Bisseck, today. And he obviously got a goal. He had the crossbar as well, and he had another header. on target. Really good performance. Really good. So that's fine. Yeah, we were talking about Barella to score. I think, yeah, we talked about that in the pre-match language tour. So it's good to see Barella scoring. Capitano Barella today. Good performance by Barella, but I don't think it was a good captain's performance. I'll get into that later on. But I saw there was a tweet of mine that I tweeted earlier, and then people after he scored, like, oh, nice, you cursed him. Oh yeah, nice reverse jinx. No, that was, he could have scored a hat trick today, Barella. He could have scored a hat trick of assists and a hat trick of goals, and I still would have said the same thing, because it's not. I wasn't talking about his quality or his actual footballing performance. I was talking about his leadership and his behavior on the pitch as a captain. Still not seeing those developments from Bare. Bisseck was our best striker today. Yeah, 100%. Yann Bisseck, star our Miles Morales. Yeah, our up and coming new young Spider-Man. Per la gente. Mkhitaryan, Armenian Interista. Mkhitaryan, really good performance today. Yeah, Fratesi is not getting back into the team now that we've got this Mkhitaryan back. Arnautovic world class assist. Yeah, well, I've got the screenshot of that one. Won't stay on of marriage points, but bro, Arna just not into level. I disagree today, Eduardo. I don't know how today people are criticizing Arnautovic. I understand he missed chances, but today Arnautovic stepped up. That was a complete striker performance, apart from obviously the biggest, most important thing, which is goals. But today, I'm going to disagree with anyone that says Arnautovic wasn't good or not showing into level. Today, he showed really good link-up plays. His total game was really good. He's missing that goal. Great result, only negative with the sub, so late as usual. What's the point of giving Fratesi? Yeah, I agree with that, especially how Barella kind of dropped performance towards the end. I thought Fratesi could have done with a bit more minutes. But, keeps working for Inzaghi, so can't criticize him when things are going well, I guess. Let's go, Bisseck. My wish come true. Yeah. No, it's really good to see. Bisseck scoring. Cartel, who even in his profile picture looks a little bit like Bisseck. So Bisexuale. That's the fanboys. That's the Bisseck fanboys name, I guess. The bisexuals or the bisexuales. Bisseck transformation was amazing to watch. Yeah, 100%. This is the thing. Yeah, it's just good to see that pathway of this growth that we're seeing of Bisseck. Even there's only been a few games, because it's only really come into play since Pavard's injury. But just over this like a month and a half that we just got to see this ascendancy of Bisseck has been really nice to see. Do you remember the start of the season? You think he would just be loaned out? Yeah, 100%. I mean, again, it's because of Pavard's injury, but I didn't think that Bisseck would have such an impact into this team. I was happy when we signed them. When I did my scout report, I was happy with it, but I was like, Inzaghi, the players, and this guy coming from Denmark, Danish league, bit of a massive step up. But this guy really has surprised me how he looks so mature. Like, he doesn't even look like you just signed him from like the Danish league, and he's not had much proper first team football in like a real top league. He looks just very natural. That's the best compliment you can pay to a young player. That he just looks like a mature, experienced player. Really impressive. Really impressive. Zoma always on point. Yeah, gotta point out, because you can't just point out when he makes mistakes. No crazy saves that he had to make today, but he's always just so secure. There's no like shaky moments. There's no like moments where you're like, oof, I don't know what he was doing there. He's always just, solid, reliable. Even like, his positioning is always on point. Even his passing is always on point. Yeah, deserves a shout out. Not good performance or all shaky sometimes. I disagree. I thought we pretty much, especially first half, we had like 72% possession. I think we finished first half. In the second half, about the 60th, 70th minute, we were like, dropping back and letting Lecce have too much possession for my liking, and they were starting to create chances. So there were shaky moments in this performance, but overall, I thought pretty dominant, and without Lautaro as well, I thought we did pretty well. So I disagree a little bit with you there, Johannes. Debbie Kerr, hope everything is well in the Kerr Mafia house, and shouts out to you guys, and thank you for the support all year round. And yeah, Merry Christmas to you all. And yes, before we get into the screenshots now, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Yann forward to, yeah, I mean, I would, if we're like struggling for goals and like, you know, we're 1-0 behind or 1 goal behind sometimes, you know, remember like the Ranocchia vibes back in the Spalletti era, I wouldn't be against just throwing Yann Bisseck on as a striker, because he's clearly got a bit of a knack. You can see he's quite comfortable in those areas, and yeah, he's really good to. I mean, we've never struggled with aerial threat, you know, with De Vrij, Acerbi, Skriniar before. Like, we've always been really threatening in the from set pieces and stuff. But it's nice to have this athletic guy who's not just in terms of height, also pace. You can see his recovery pace is really good. None of our defenders have that. Bisseck is nice form of headache for Limone when he can rotate the back line without any worries. Yeah, 100%. You know, on form, this guy really, you know, really good. I think he might, maybe it's a bit recency bias, but in terms of going forward, he's impressed me a lot more than Pavard did. Pavard, with that 1 month or so he had where he was a consistent starter for Inter, was solid defensively. But Bisseck is like, going forward, is really like an added extra. Really impressive. Hopefully, yeah, because Lonnie's corners weren't good, but he had a good shot when he came on, Adam. He had a good shot when he came on, but his corners weren't very good today. As I said to Kirby earlier, we Inter fans have memory issues when Lauti went months without scoring and Dzeko was saving us. We still have Lauti to support. Arna is playing good. Yeah, but that's the thing, Bigottelli. You got to build up that. Without Arnautovic, he's got no points, no cookie in the jar with Inter fans. There's no built-up bonuses. So it's empty. So the jar is empty. So Inter fans are already on his back because there's nothing built up with Arnautovic. He came in, had that 1 assist to Lautaro in the like first or second game. Then he got injured for like a month with the Empoli game, and he came back and he's just not been very good. So he's not been able to build up that, you know, bonus that like, okay, we'll give you a bit of time. You know, if he had already like a couple of nice 2 or 3 goals and important goal here and there, performances here and there, he would have been given that time. But because he's not had that, so Inter fans are on his back already. And because we paid, you know, 8 or 10 million, whatever we paid for a 34-year-old, so that optically it was already kind of doing those moves where like, he has to hit the ground running. If you sign an experienced 34-year-old, it means he needs to deliver straight away, and he hasn't until now. But as I said in my previous stream yesterday, and now confirming today, I am backing Arnautovic. Maybe, yes, he wasn't the ideal signing. His injury issues were a big red flag to me anyway, but I think quality-wise, he is good enough to be the backup at Inter. He needs to score a goal. He needs to score a goal just to get that monkey off his back. You could see, like, physically, body language wise, he's not looking. He doesn't look right when he's missed those chances today. He almost looked like a young player who's like, you know, struggling for confidence. I wouldn't expect that from a 34-year-old experienced striker. But you know, if he can offer performance, even if he doesn't score, the performance today is what impressed me, and of course, a beautiful assist. He can do that, I'll be happy. Because that's what Dzeko did as well. It wasn't Dzeko didn't always score. I mean, yeah, his goal record for Inter wasn't great, but there was Dzeko overall performances at time were good enough to save him from criticism or just contributing in general. Pavard almost scored at the end, yeah, as well. Like the goal line technology confirmed it was not in, but he almost got a goal coming on. Yeah, I mean, Inzaghi talks about Bisseck that he's already learned Italian. You know, this guy, I think I saw an interview that he wanted to be a doctor at some point. Like, you know, you can tell he's probably quite an intelligent guy. And yeah, if he's already learned Italian, that's very impressive. That's what Inzaghi said anyway. We haven't seen him on interviews yet, probably too early for that, but I wouldn't be surprised. He looks like an intelligent young man. Yeah, Mkhitaryan did. And yeah, this is the thing. I think Arnautovic had a much better game than Thuram. Much better game than Thuram. And of course, I'm not going to go on Thuram's back just because he had one bad game. And he's got plenty of bonuses and cookie points built up this season, Thuram. So that's not, but objectively, if you looked at that game and you say that Arnautovic was not as good or not better than Thuram, I just think you've got that bias, that negative bias towards Arnautovic already, because 100% to me, miles clear of Thuram's performance today. Arnautovic. Thuram today really kind of got bullied a bit at times by the Lecce defense, whereas Arnautovic won so many fouls. His link-up play was good. and got into better scoring position. Obviously, didn't score, but he got into better position than Thuram did as well. So overall, I'm satisfied with the Arnautovic's performance. Oh yeah, Hakan free kicks. I've been saying this for like since Hakan's come to Inter. Like he's got this reputation of being this free kick specialist. He is good on set pieces, but not direct free kicks. He used to be back in his Hamburg, Leverkusen days, but since he come to Serie A, even at Milan, like this guy is just not good on free kicks. I don't know why Barella doesn't get them anymore. There was that one time he scored against Udinese last season. You guys remember? Great free kick, and then we've never seen Barella have a free kick since then. I really don't get it. Really don't get it. But let's get into the screenshots, guys. As I said, I don't have too much time. I'm only going to be on for about 10, 15 more minutes. The game started off with a penalty call on Mkhitaryan, but it was rightly not called a penalty because Mkhitaryan did get to the ball first, but the goalkeeper Falcone didn't touch him. So good positive start with Inter, pedal to the metal straight away. Yeah. I mean, Darmian, I always say it, Darmian, like he can do a job as a right wing back, but I'm not even talking about now. I just never thought like he just doesn't have much, juice in his leg or ability in his legs to do much. There was one moment where he cut in with his left foot and like did a nice shot, but apart from that, nothing to speak about. But him and Bisseck swap around a lot, which is nice to see. They kind of sometimes Bisseck goes to right wing back and Darmian stays back, which gives us a really nice option. Hakan's corners, yeah, they were hit and miss. I think Aslani's was because he had like 3 or 4 in a row and he just hit the exact same spot on all of them. Hakan's, yeah, were a hit and miss, but he had the assist today. He had the assist from a set piece for the Bisseck goal. Yaros Bastoni, hope you are doing well, brother. And here he is, the first chance that Arnautovic had. Really good play by Inter on the left-hand side. Mkhitaryan, who was once again, I have to reiterate, really good performance today by Mkhitaryan. Cuts it back to Arnautovic, who does everything perfectly. Great movement to get there. Hits it first time with his left foot. But we got to give credit where credit's due here. Falcone, the goalkeeper, really good save. Spreads himself well, saves it with his leg. Maybe Arnautovic could have done better, should have scored there. But also, you got to give credit where credit is due. Falcone is a very good goalkeeper, really good shot stopper for Lecce. And here he made a really good save. And then here, this is where I 100% agree. This was awful. This was really bad. Another amazing. This actually, the thing is, he started his play, Arnautovic. He did a really good pass, went out onto the left-hand side, found Barella in the half space, and then Barella combined with Thuram. Barella back to Arnautovic, completely free in front of goalkeeper, and he completely flops his line. He hits it, I think, with his heel in the end. He tries to. I think what he tried to do is normally players would go far post, the usual side foot finish, but he tried to give the goalkeeper the eyes, went for the near post where he completely flopped his lines. And here, yes, big miss. And yeah, it was a shocking miss. And you could see everyone you see in terms of body language, you can tell everyone wanted Arnautovic to score today. The way Barella was literally on the floor, or he was always, but you can tell like the players were wanting Arnautovic to score. Sometimes they were actually passing it to Arnautovic more than they should have. There was one chance where Mkhitaryan had to shoot and he chose to kind of pass it to Arnautovic. You can tell players are wanting for Arnautovic to break this duck, even though he's scoring against Benfica. But when you score those goals where you're like coming back from we were 3-0 down. I think he scored the first one. So it was like, you score it and then you just like run back. So it wasn't like a proper goal. He needs like a goal where Inter, are 0-0 and he's the one who breaks the deadlock, or he wins like a last minute winner. Like he needs an important goal for Inter, and this could have been it. So yeah, not good enough from Arnautovic. This is where he needs to improve. But again, I keep reiterating, I think he had a good performance. Harry also agrees with me, and his overall performance I was very impressed by. And BISSECKENBAUER, here he is. This is the first chance he had. He had this amazing volley, I think was from a Hakan corner, where he hits it first time and hits the crossbar. like the technical ability as well on this guy. Like obviously the athleticism to get to that ball and the coordination to hit it first time. But you can just see this guy is a baller. Like this is a baller that we have on our hands. Unlucky here, but gets another chance just a few minutes later from a Hakan set piece. Really good set piece from Hakan. Bastoni goes up for it, misses it, but Bisseck gets in. That is not an easy finish. I couldn't quite make out what he, sometimes the players score these with their shoulder in a way that they don't mean it. But I think he did manage to hit it with the back of his head. And I think he meant to do what he did here. So that's, in my opinion, a really, really smart finish. Yeah, LECCE goalkeeper better than Lautaro. Not hard, better than Lautaro, our Indo King, who's the backup goalkeeper right now. Yeah, Falcone is a really, really good shot stopper, but here he couldn't do nothing because Bisseck finished in a really, really good way. And the celebrations were also really good as well. You could, I used one as my as the thumbnail for this picture. But yeah, this one with Bastoni, yeah, really, really ice cold picture, and really happy for him, man. This is the great boost to his confidence moving forward. That goal reminded me of Dzeko's goal against Milan. You mean the volley? Yeah. That was similar to Dzeko. Dzeko was the opposite side with his left foot. But yeah, good shout, Aris Bastoni. Yeah, he literally could have had a hat trick today. Bisseck literally could have. Actually, let's double check. Did he have the most shots in the game today? I'm pretty sure he did. Let's have a quick look. They got given man of the match here by FOTMob. So he had 4 shots. Did anyone else have more than 4 shots? 9 shots. Yeah, there you go. For Inter, he was the one who had the most shots, 4 shots. Only Barella had the next most, which is 2. Wait, that can't be right. I'm sure Arnautovic had there you go. That makes sense. 4 shots for Bisseck, 3 and 3 for Mkhitaryan and Arnautovic. And then for Lecce, Lamek Banda was the one that had the most. And then let's see for passes, who had the most passes. Bastoni and Barella with the most passes, and then Bisseck in the top 3. Let's have a look in terms of, actually, I might do this more often now. Nice that FOTMob lets you do this. Pongracic had the most defensive actions in the game, but Acerbi had the most tackles, 2 out of 2. And yeah, going back to Mattia's comment here, Acerbi, amazing as always. Like there was one point where Bastoni messed up a little bit and he was there to just save the day. Like, I'm just running out of superlatives for him. Like he's just so consistent and so good all the time, even when he's not being like, in your face about his performances. Even, today, probably people won't notice, but he were really, really good today. There was a couple of he gets in front of strikers, just like little toe poke. Like it doesn't look very classy or very, sexy, but he just does the job. Look at that, 5 duels won, only 1 lost, 3 out of 4 duels won against Piccoli, 5 recoveries, 6 defensive action, 3 clearances. Even at a shot, yeah, he did have a decent header, didn't he, as well? 56 passes complete. Acerbi, what a signing, man. What a signing, this guy. I just can't cope with this guy. He's too good. Even got Milan fans in the house. He says the Inter team is truly amazing. Whenever I watch your games, it makes me smile. Grateful. But look at that, guys. Praise coming from a Milanista. CQ Uchia, he's always a gentleman. He's one of the good ones. But look at this praise we're getting from Milanista. Crazy defense. Only 7 goals conceded. Reminds me of what I would expect from I don't think even, a Tomori, Malik Thiaw, Calabria defense, I wouldn't expect many goals, stoppages, or many clean sheets. But on the other hand, I think the most disappointing thing about your team is the going forward. They need to be scoring more than they do. That's my opinion anyway. It astonished me that our rest had 4 shots. I love Inzaghi, ball threats everywhere. Yeah, CQ, biggest Inter fan in the house. Come over to the blue side, brother. Just come over. We know you like us. I'm sure you like the color blue. Blue is better than red anyway. So just come over. come over to the right side of Milan. Thank you very much, Debbie Kerr. Been absent lately, but always love catching the live. Season greeting from the Kerr Mafia. Keep the content coming. No, thank you, Debbie. As I said, I really appreciate you and Ian always with your constant support and positivity and good comments. I've known Ian for a long time now. How many years? 6, 7 years or something since we worked at Sempre Inter together. And yeah, really good people. And I really, really do appreciate your support. And thank you once again for this little Christmas gift. I tried to be safe, Bostoni, 100%, he did. And a lovely shout out to Matty Doms. That tackle when the player beat ours was on the break. Yeah, always Matty Doms. Always, he's another one of those unsung heroes. And it really is coming a question now with these BISSECK performances. Do we even need Thiago Giallo? Because I mean, Thiago Giallo, if you don't know, he's the guy that we are looking to sign on a free from Lille. He's 23, 24 years old. Yeah, I mean, we have Thiago Giallo at home already. We paid 7 million for. It really is becoming a question, because then you become. There's never anything wrong with becoming, having lots of options, but numerically, you are kind of sorted. Darmian's already signing his new contract. I think De Vrij's got 1 more year. I don't really know if we need to go for that one now. I really don't know. Again, I want to wait now. Let's not be reactionary and just base it off this 1 month of BISSECK. Let's see throughout the whole season. And if Inzaghi really does truly trust him. But that question definitely is being asked now. That question definitely needs to be asked. And yeah, maybe do we need to splash somewhere else in that right wing back situation, where Marotta actually, by the way, confirmed in the pre-match that they will be doing something with the right wing back situation. So it's not going to be a striker. I know people, me as well, I would like us to get a striker if we can, but Marotta has confirmed because of the Cuadrado injury, numerically, and it makes sense, they're going to go for the right wing back. But also, he said, financially, it is what it is, so it won't be anything crazy. Although they have surprises in the past, the Gosens signing came out of the blue, but it needs to be that can only happen if it's a loan with option or obligation, which a foreign team like Club Brugge, in terms of Buchanan, they're very, very unlikely to do that. And that leads me to Shakir's question. I mean, yeah, we talked about him in the last stream. I don't mind it if it's a low option, 7-8 million they're talking about on, Italian media, Skira, Romano, they're talking about talks are ongoing for Buchanan, the right wing back from Club Brugge, Canadian boy. Good going forward, got good dribbling, got build pace. Final ball needs work. Defensively, tactically needs a lot of work. So for me, if you sign a guy like that in January, he's not really going to be useful this season. So, but again, as I said, 7-8 million or 10 million max. I'm not. If we can save that money, right wing back, maybe I prefer, the guy. Maybe I'd rather do that and see what's available. As I said, I'm not, but I don't think he's going to be lagging. Really, really apologize for that. I don't know why the internet is struggling. No, I apologize, Uncle Lag. Not helping out. Period of internet usage in my area. playing ball. Yeah, I was really happy for Arnautovic and Barella. Arnautovic with the assist and Barella with the goal. Really good move. But that's it. I'm really sorry. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate the support, guys. Oh, we're back now. But I have to go anyway. Really have to go. But I want to just shout out this really nice back heel assist by Arnautovic and the goal from Barella. Captain Barella into back, well, still remain top of the league. Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope you can see this message at least from me. Merry Christmas to everyone that celebrates it. Happy New Year to everyone. Really appreciate your support on the channel over this past year or so. Channel continue. We'll continue going as normal next year. Hope to keep growing and hope to keep having your support as always. Yeah, happy with the performance today. Could have been better in some moments, but Arnautovic, signs of life. He just needs to get a goal to get that monkey off his back. But apart from that, good performance all round. BISSECKENBAUER is here. Pavard's fearing for his position. Ciao ragazzi, always, Forza Inter.